You are not alone. There are people around you, friends, family, colleagues, maybe even people who genuinely care about you. And yet, there is this quiet feeling sitting in your chest that nobody really sees you. Nobody really gets it. You are in the room, but not quite off the room. If you have ever felt this, you already know that loneliness has nothing to do with how many people are around you. And if you have ever felt guilty about feeling this way, I want you to hear something important. This is not a flaw in you. It is one of the most deeply humane experiences that exists, and the science behind it will change how you see it. Neuroscientist John Cacioppo spent years studying loneliness, and his work completely reshapes how we understand it. He made a distinction that most people never hear. There is social isolation, which is being physically alone without people around. And then there is loneliness, the felt sense of being disconnected, unseen, or not truly known. These two things are completely independent of each other. You can be physically alone and feel completely at peace. And you can be at a dinner table with 10 people who love you and feel profoundly lonely. What creates the feeling of loneliness is not the absence of people, it is the absence of felt connection. The sense that who you actually are, not the version you present, but the real underneath version. This is not truly seen or understood by anyone around you. And Cacioppo's research found that this feeling, chronic loneliness, is not just emotionally painful. It affects the immune system, sleep quality, and cardiovascular health in measurable ways. The body responds to loneliness the same way it responds to a physical threat. You might recognize it in a very specific kind of exhaustion. The tiredness that comes after social situations. Not because you are introverted and need recharging, but because you spend the whole time performing. Being the version of yourself that fits the situation, rather than the version that actually exists. You laughed at certain moments. You said the right things. You were present enough that nobody would have noticed. But you came home feeling emptier than when you left. That gap between the self you showed and the self you actually are is where loneliness lives. And it has nothing to do with how many people were in the room. Here is what makes this important to understand. Most people respond to loneliness by adding more social activity, more plans, more people, more busyness. But if the loneliness is emotional rather than social, more people does not fix it. It can actually make it worse. Because more performance, more surfaces, and more rooms full of people who do not really know you just deepens the sense that genuine connection is not available. You cannot solve emotional loneliness by being less alone. You can only solve it by being more known. This is the part that takes real courage, and I want to be specific about it because generic advice does not help you. The only thing that genuinely reduces emotional loneliness is felt connection, and felt connection only comes from being known, which requires showing something true about yourself to someone who has the capacity to receive it. That does not mean oversharing with everyone. It means identifying one or two people in your life, existing relationships, who feel safe enough to be slightly more honest with. Not dramatically, not all at once, just 1 degree more honest than you have been. Share something you actually think rather than something you know will land well. Admit something you are finding difficult rather than performing that everything is fine. Ask a question you genuinely want the answer to rather than one that keeps the conversation comfortable. Cacioppo's research found that what reduces loneliness is not the number of interactions, but the quality of even one or two. One relationship where you feel genuinely known does more for loneliness than 20 relationships where you perform. If there is genuinely nobody in your current life who feels safe enough, that is important information. It may mean the relationships around you need to change, not just deepen. And that is a longer conversation worth having with yourself, honestly. The second practical thing, notice when you are performing in social situations and make one small choice to drop it. Not dramatically, just slightly less curated, slightly more you. The risk feels enormous. The reality is almost always that people respond to authenticity with relief because they are performing too. When you start prioritizing felt connection over social volume, something shifts in a way that is hard to describe until you experience it. You stop coming home from social situations feeling empty. You stop performing your way through days and wondering why you are tired. And you start experiencing something that is genuinely rare, the feeling of being in a room as yourself. Not a curated version, not the one that fits, just you. That feeling is not dependent on how many people are in the room. It only takes one person who actually knows you. And it starts with you deciding to be slightly more knowable.